Yeah, me too.
Well, say what it is. Yes, the GBC
GBC does not exist.
Yes. And why? Because they disobeyed Prabhupada, right?
They hijacked. They stole it.
They stole it from who?
From Prabhupada.
Yes. Therefore, they do not exist because they stole it by committing Guru Aparad. Mad elephant offense against the Guru. Jonas, now, maybe the court of law doesn't care about that, but we do.
Jonas Priya Prabhu, have you read The Direction of Management?
Yes, I read it in 1980 and I was so surprised. I was like, how come nobody told me about this?
Nobody told anybody about it.
Yeah, I found out in 1980 and I said, if we have put this, if we done it properly, ISKCON would be so nice. It'd be perfect. Not perfect, but...
So, but neither you nor I nor anybody else said, let's create a party to get the GBC out.
Right.
We didn't do it. We just sat back like a bunch of masochists being whipped by a sadist. A group of sadists whipping us as though we're, what is it called? The people that are bound up and whipped are called, what are they called, Rupa?
Prisoners. Masochists.
Most of us, we were...
GBC is beating us, how bad they are.
Most of us, we were licking our wounds. Most of us, we were licking our wounds.
Yeah. Okay. I first read do you know when I first read The Direction of Management, Prabhu?
Nope.
1970. I was in New Vrindavan when the four sannyasis of Mr. John and Ramananda, etc., were doing that Prabhupada's God blasphemy. And Rupanuga, who's going to be more of our conversation one way or another, said, Narnoyan, this is something that right up your alley, you'll like it. He took me in to read The Direction of Management. It was basically hot off the press. It was probably a few weeks old.
Wow.
I don't know. Does anyone know the date on The Direction of Management?
July 28th, 1970.
Yeah. It was probably July 28th. Well, it was probably August then when I read it. We can find out when that Vrindavan meeting was in 1970. Wow. Usually it's earlier, like June and stuff like that, June, July. But July 28th, it was written, Rupanuga showed me, and it said this is how it's going to be set up, that the temple presidents will elect the GBC. I said, well, when is this going to be distributed to the temple presidents? He said, well, right now, Prabhupada wants it kept under wraps. It is a secret document. I said, it doesn't sound like a secret document. If the temple presidents are going to be electing the GBC, why shouldn't they know that? But from 1970, you know, when I next was able to see next time I really was asking for the Direction of Management was in 1980 something. I asked Jaya Tirtha, who used to be my roommate, best friend, etc., in Los Angeles, and I asked him, where can I see a copy of the Direction of Management? He turned on me on the front lawn of this Los Angeles temple, snarled a hideous Arabian Muslim smile, pointed at me and snarled, it's locked in a safe. And he knew that I knew where the safe was because I'd installed the safe. He knows it's locked in a safe. And you, he pointed at me with venom in his face, will never get to see it. Can you imagine? That's what everybody's supposed to be obeying. So then I finally did find it again, believe it or not, in the most conspicuous way, when they created the database and when computers started coming out. I got my first Apple computer that had less database on it than my cell phone has, I think. And I went into the database, looked for the Direction of Management, and there it was. So I printed it out. And from that time in 1992 onward, I've been 100%, and Rupa Manjari has been 100% pushing for the direction of management.
All right.
Okay, so what about? And then I talked to Harivalas in Seattle in 1977, and he said that I asked him if he'd seen the direction of management. He said I did, but not until 1979. No, what am I saying? No, 2007. I talked to him. He said he hadn't seen it since 1979. That was about 20 years, right? Or 30 years. Well, whatever it was a long time. And did he ever act on it? No. Now he's an initiating guru. Even though he was supposedly a Ritvik, or,
Who is this?
Harivalas. You remember Harivalas? We
Oh,
stayed
yeah.
in his place in
Yeah,
Seattle. He didn't sound like a guru at the time, did he?
No.
He's a
But
guru
because he
now.
had-
He has
because he
initiated
owned
some
all that
people I know
property.
from Fiji.
ISKCON could have taken it away from him. The GBC could have taken it away from him if he hadn't become a guru. So he had a choice to either become a guru or lose everything he'd worked on for 20 years.
Well, he became a guru.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't know how you say that in French, but that's what he became.
Okay.
So
So,
anyhow, now where are we?
So,
are we back to the Pledge of Allegiance to the direction of management?
Hare Krishna.
Aye.
Haribol.
Haribol,
Does
Haribol.
anyone in this group not pledge allegiance to the direction of management?
We'll kill him now.
Yeah, well, that would be a shortcut.
I'll snipe
We don't
him
need
from
to
here.
kill him. All we need to do now. Does anyone here doubt that if we got the majority of people in 10 temples or 20 temples to reject the GBC as criminals and start to publicize that they are criminals
Yes.
widely all over ISKCON, do you think there is anything the GBC could do legally to get us out of the temples?
They
No.
get a restraining order.
They can do whatever they like, but we can claim that they don't have the authority.
Yeah.
If they want to get a restraining order, legal one, we go to the court and say they are not GBC. They are thieves.
Hmm.
And why are you getting a restraining order on behalf of thieves? Well, all sorts of people voted them in. Everybody permitted them. Well, right now we have 20 temples with 60 members each that say no. They're not voting them in. They are not voting them out. We're just saying we're not related to this GBC because it isn't the GBC. So, Prabhu, what do you think? Can you
But the
accept
thing
that
is,
yourself?
the thing is that the majority of those people will be initiated to ISKCON gurus who are also GBC members.
Also what? Do you think all
So
the...
they
okay,
have-
I have to... Okay, fine. But do I have to point out how many people that are initiated really think that their guru is going to deliver them from repeated birth and death?
All of
And
them.
if so, are they correct?
They're wrong, but all of them believe that. They're heavily
Okay, if they believe it,
brainwashed.
then what is the process that the guru will deliver them from repeated birth and death? Can you tell me? What do they believe?
They just believe it's the greedy leading the blind.
Fine. So what if we say the greedy blind men are leading the gurus, and the gurus are also greedy blind men? What if we say they're illegal? They from the Krishna. Now, we have to take into account, we have to choose sides using common sense. Are we in favor of planet Earth and its laws and its fallible and its bodies full of pus, blood, stool, and urine? Or are we in favor of Krishna Loka, Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, the Yuga Avatar, Lord Chaitanya, and the holy name of Krishna? You do realize, Prabhu, that the holy name does not